Hey folks, Paul here with a quick how-to for you. This one is for adding e-liquid to shisha tobacco. Yeah, I've been finding myself a bit fascinated with electronic cigarettes and mods and e-liquid and all that fun stuff, and I figured that there are enough similarities between a hookah and an electronic cigarette that I would try and combine the two of them into something very interesting. The best way to do that, I mean, obviously there are lots of things out there like the e-head and stuff like that essentially turns your hookah into a giant electronic cigarette, but instead I decided to put some e-liquid in my shisha tobacco to see what would happen, and I'll show you a video right here of exactly what I did. It's pretty simple. All I did was I added 1 drop of e-liquid for about every gram of tobacco that I added to my bowl. This is a tiny little bowl. This is my Crown Classic Mini, which you guys have seen on plenty of videos. It holds about 15 to 20 grams of tobacco, depending on what I'm using. And all I did was I dropped it in there and then let it sit overnight. I don't even think that's necessary, but adding the liquid and mixing it up into the tobacco has produced something very interesting, which you can see right here. Super puffy, super fluffy, big clouds. Now, as you saw in that video, I was using Fumari Orange Cream Tobacco and Mount Baker Vapor Cotton Candy. Cotton candy doesn't have much flavor of its own, but it adds an even more intense sweetness to most of the things that I've added it to, with a nice kind of round, fluffy mouthfeel. It's really good. Whew. And the clouds are kind of crazy. Now, the reason this works is because one of the main components of modern-style hookah tobacco is vegetable glycerin, and one of the main components of any really good e-liquid is also vegetable glycerin. This is a 50-50 propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin mix, so it has some interesting properties to it. If I were to do this again in the future, and if I were to buy e-liquid specifically for mixing into my hookah tobacco, I would stick to really strong flavors. Mount Baker Vapors allows you to add extra flavor shots, and I would use something with pretty much as many flavor shots as I could feasibly add to it. But I would stick with 100% vegetable glycerin because it would be the least adulterating thing to add to shisha tobacco. Don't go over 1 drop per gram. If you go too far, you go too heavy with the vegetable glycerin, you get kind of a soapy, slick mouthfeel that's really not fun. But at the current ratios that I'm using, I would call this experiment a rousing success. The flavor is definitely light, but it adds an interesting new dimension, and it's something else to do to customize your hookah experience to your own tastes. And I think it's worth a try. I know that some people haven't had great success with this, but I'm really enjoying it, and I think this is something I'm going to do in the future much more often. So that's it. This is my little guide for adding e-liquid to shisha tobacco, and I give it a thumbs up. I put this technique as something I'm probably going to do pretty regularly, especially when I'm smoking with friends who are cloud chasers, because, man, those clouds are good. That's about it. This is Paul for Hookah.org saying thank you very much for joining us. Please go down below, like and subscribe, give us that thumbs up. If you like this video, let me know. If you want to see something specific, if you want to see a particular packing technique or a particular tobacco, let me know in the comments below or tell me on the forums, and I will try to make that happen for you. I'm here to give you guys the best information I can possibly offer, and I will be back again next week with another how-to guide and even more reviews, and I'll see you guys then. So until that point, happy smoking.